Again. Oh, man. Let's try to connect it up. I had to reset the modem again. It's like the second time. But, wait for us to connect. Wait to see the chat. Wait to see everything on there, too. Sorry for the technical difficulties. We had it at the start. Now we got it again. Hopefully for the next half hour we'll be good because I just want to talk for another half hour or so. But I had Spectrum come out. Well, my wife did on Friday. They changed the modem. They changed the connection outside. They did a couple things. And so hopefully it's okay now. But we got a new modem. We got a new setup. We got a new thing. But same old problems. So I don't know if it's the computer or if it's a setup or whatever. But, it's what happens in the age of technology. So hopefully we'll be okay. And we'll get it rolling for it, too. So sorry, you guys you asked some great questions in the first half. But definitely thought it would be there for what it was. Eddie Pizzle, I was actually using a wired one before, but it didn't matter. It didn't matter if I was connected with my Ethernet cable or the Wi-Fi. I don't think it was actually that, but, hopefully we had it before and I changed it a couple times, but hopefully we'll be okay for the next half hour. Yeah, exactly. Hard next year. Third time's a charm, but we got to have some fun with it. It's happened. It's all we can laugh about on there too. But ultimately, guys, we try to have a lot of fun here. I can laugh at myself. I can laugh at the things that are out of our control. But we always have a good time with it. Keep it rolling, keeping it positive for sure, too. So, Phil Colson, I was in the middle of answering your question, but do you think Beta gets his comic death? I do think so. So I think that's going to happen in season 11. I think it's going to happen in a way that's similar to what happens in the comic, but not, because Jesus isn't there. And if Jesus was involved, I think it would be pretty awesome. And Jesus was a character that was so underwhelming on the show. He didn't have the big moments that we thought were going to happen with the character when he had the ability of being a fighter and so much things to be around with so many big comic things that never came to the show. They did a little things with it here and there, but not enough to my liking. But I would personally think that Beta dies in season 11 with Aaron, Daryl, and Negan all fighting together to take him down. And it's probably going to have to be multiple people to take Beta down, because Daryl did the whole thing with the building and the elevator shaft and everything, and he just got up. So I'm not sure what's going to happen there. It's going to take multiple people to do it. Violet, TWD, do we have any news on when it will come out? Nothing yet. This past Friday, June 12th, was the first day that they were thinking that people can go back to work. The studios could open up again. They could start production on music, movies, and film and TV shows. So I'm not sure if that's going to be something that is going to be connected with The Walking Dead post-production, but I would assume so. I don't think they started on Friday. I think, if anything, they will start this week. I don't know when it's going to actually happen, if there's no news, no date, no anything yet. But I think that we'll find out more in a week or two. But I know that I have a video coming out tomorrow. I'll post it tomorrow that I talk about it a little bit more. So just check out that video on Monday. Zemo Lemar, do you think Aaron will get Rick comic death? I do not think so, but you never know how it's going to get when it gets to that point. So spoiler warning, Rick goes to the Commonwealth, and he's there for a while, and there's a connecting point with a character, and it's a whole big thing. It's towards the end of the comic. So I don't know if the comic ending is going to be exactly what's done on the show with regards to Rick, and does that go to Daryl? Does it go to Carol? Does it go to Ezekiel? Does it go to someone else? I could see actually Rick's death going to Ezekiel more than anybody, but that's just me. Eddie Pizzle, wasn't the spoiler that Alden kills Beta in the finale? There really wasn't anything confirmed, Eddie. I don't know. I don't want to, spread anything around without not having confirmed information. But, The Walking Dead, it is the series of speculation, and we're in the summer now, so it's definitely the summer of speculation with The Walking Dead TV show being on break. So it was supposed to come out April 12th, I think. Was it the 14th or the 12th? So we're coming up, today is, over 2 months. So it was May, and it was April 12th. Yep. So May 12th, April 12th to May 12th is a month. We're looking at June 14th. So we're two months over when The Walking Dead was supposed to air. And there's a lot of speculation and a lot of rumors and all things like, I heard that Carol dies. I heard that this happens. Well, if Aaron and Alden meet the masked ninja fighter, where are they going to run into Beta unless Beta gets away and they get to him when he's leaving the area when the walkers and the whisperers fall, which I would assume they fall outside the hospital, maybe inside the hospital and outside the hospital. Maybe Beta gets away and runs into Alden. That'd be pretty cool. But again, that's just speculation, and I can't really say anything about that with 100% confidence because we just don't know. We just don't know too. So Violet, TWD, who do you think the masked person is? I personally think it is somewhat connected with Maggie. If they wanted to go to one of the ways of it being one of the twins, Midge and whoever. But I don't know if that's going to be the way of it. With it was Georgie's connection with Maggie. I'm not sure if it's going to be a new character, if it's going to be there. But I think it's a female. I personally think it's a female, and I'm not sure when we're going to get that too. Pizza Boy Glenn, Q&A. When will the new series premiere? Do you think it's going to be bad as Fear? No hate on season 1 through 3. I hopefully think The World Beyond is actually better than Fear. I hope The World Beyond, because I think The Walking Dead is the standard for this series, this universe of it. So you have The Walking Dead, and you have Fear, and somewhere in between that, hopefully, is The World Beyond. I personally hope that World Beyond is better than Fear, and it's more in regards to liking these characters, loving these characters, wanting to see connections and how they are in a connecting point with The Walking Dead, and that's going to come out in the fourth quarter of the year, which is October, November, or December. But I would assume it's going to be October. I think our October show now is going to be The World Beyond, and we're not going to get The Walking Dead season 11 this year is just what I think. So we'll have to see. But some people think it's Winnie. I think that's wishful thinking, and I think that's a great theory, but I just don't think it's practical. I don't think that's going to happen on the show. I don't think it's Dwayne. I don't think it's anybody like that. I just think that it's going to be a new character, or maybe a character connected with Georgie and Maggie. It would be pretty awesome if it was Winnie, but Winnie was connected with Michonne, and Michonne's gone. So I'm not sure what's going to happen, if we're ever going to see that character again. Just because sometimes we don't. A lot of times we don't see a lot of these characters too. So, Kanye Grady, do you think that Herschel kills Negan in bed like Comic Rick? I don't think so. I don't know if that's going to be a thing. Like, we're supposed to like Negan now, right? Negan had his redemption story. Negan had his, I take out the survivors. I'm really bad. You don't like me. I get locked up. I save the day. I help Judith. I do some big epic moments. I take out Alpha, and you're supposed to like me now. And if Negan saves Judith again, or takes out Beta, if he takes out Alpha and Beta, that's pretty ridiculous, because give it to somebody else for sure. I mean, we like to have our characters be awesome, but if we're supposed to like Negan, why would we have Herschel, who's really a no-name character? He was born and then went away with Maggie, and we haven't seen him in forever, right? So if Negan is redeemed, why would we want him to go now? He's part of our group. He's with us. Joe Horkay says Negan redeemed himself, so he's cool in my opinion. And a lot of people like that, right? So I think that if Negan does anything, I think Negan fades away. I think he goes away, does his own thing, and I just think that's what they end up doing that too. So I'm not sure if we're going to see an interaction with Herschel, because I wouldn't assume that Maggie and Herschel don't want anything to do with Negan, because what Negan did to Glenn, Herschel's father. So it's not going to be a good thing. You can't really do that. You can't really be like, oh yeah, Herschel loves this guy. What if Negan saved Herschel in a way too? You'd be like, how can you like this? How can you hate this guy? But what he did in the past, that's what writing's all about in these shows. Well, this character did this. Well, they did that too. And you're like, well, okay, it's complicated for sure, right? Tyler Gallman asked the question. I know a couple of people asked if it wasn't you, Tyler, but I apologize for not answering. What do you think the last 2 minutes will be? It's supposed to be jaw-dropping. That's a great topic. Let's talk about that for a little bit. So, jaw-dropping last 2 minutes. It's going to set up season 11. So, the first thing that jumps out at me is the Commonwealth. The Commonwealth soldiers, they have their guns pointed at Eugene, Yumiko, Princess, and Ezekiel in the train yard. We don't see Stephanie. We see the Commonwealth, and that's it. And we don't know if they're going to be okay or not. The other thing that I think about is Maggie. Something to do with Maggie. Is Maggie going to go after Negan? Is Negan going to take out Beta? Is Beta going to do something and potentially have the death blow on somebody and then Maggie shoots him or something? Like something Maggie's going to come in, save the day, or cause a problem because, when Maggie, let's talk about Maggie and Negan a little bit, right? Striker KTFO asks, do you think Gabriel will get the tower death? I don't think he gets the water tower death, but I do think he dies in the finale. I think somebody's got to die. I think it's got to be a pretty big death. And so if you think about it, right? If we have Gabriel dying, if we have the Commonwealth, what if there's not a lot happening in the episode? There's like a little bit and a build up and a build up and a commercial break and a build up and a commercial break and a build up and this and that. And then they finally do stuff in the last 10 minutes. You're like, what the heck? But hopefully they give us answers and they do things. And I just think Gabriel is going to die protecting somebody inside with a shotgun or, his last stand, situation. And I just think the final 2 minutes could be Maggie doing something with the Whisperers and maybe even Negan taking out somebody. The Commonwealth set up for season 11 with Eugene and the soldiers. And Beta getting away. And, Maggie coming to save the day. And, 2 minutes is not a long time in a show. Like, if we get... Usually the episodes are extended over the hour because the episode's actually 42, 45 minutes, but you're going to get 20 minutes of commercials. So if you get 45 minutes, I don't know how long the finale is. And I can't wait to see it either. I'm super excited, and hopefully the build-up is good. But, it's not like they're editing things to change things. They just have to get it out there, right? So I'm not sure if... Ghost X, did you hear that the finale may air next month? I have a video. It's coming out tomorrow. It's going to be talking about that for sure. One of my theories is that it may come out. I really hope it's this month, but it could come out in July, right? But I'm not sure if it's going to happen that way or not. We just don't know. We don't know how long the episode is, if it's extended or what it is. They just have to finish it and get it done. But if you have 2 minutes of a 45-minute long episode, what's happening in those other 43 minutes? Hopefully a lot of stuff. Hopefully a lot of entertaining, great stuff that builds up, that answer questions. Because usually the finale, the way I see the structure of the season of The Walking Dead is you have the premiere, which carries over some things from the previous season, maybe a little bit, maybe a lot, sets up things for the season. Where is it going? Season 1 through episode 1 through episode 1 through episode 8 is like the first half. You have bookends, episode 1, episode 8, and what happens in between. Some things are set up for the second half, some things are answered from the first half, some things are answered in there, and then you have episodes 9 through 16. And the finale, the 16, answers all the questions of the entire season, but definitely the second half of the season, and also has some big setup, hopefully, if it's done right, for the next season, which is usually a cliffhanger. Like when Rick saw Morgan at the end of season 5, or the Negan lineup at the end of season 6, or Negan was, kind of lost the battle at Alexandria in season 8 and season 7. In season 8, Negan was captured at the end of season 8. Season 9, we had the radio. Season 10 is going to set up Commonwealth. It's just the way it goes. And some big stuff happens in the last couple minutes of the episode, supposedly by Greg Nicotero. And I know everybody's like, I'm tired of hearing about the episode. Just show the episode already. Well, Greg Nicotero doesn't edit the episode. He shoots it, he does this and does that, and maybe he has some interaction with it of the edit, but he's not in there like crunching things and doing stuff. There's separate people for that too. And supposedly the finale is going to have a lot of visual effects, VFX, for the finale, which is probably explosions, blood splatter, zombie heads. That's not, some of it's practical, but a lot of it's digital, especially if, there's a lot of zombie deaths. A lot of those times are digital or practical, however they want to do it. But there's usually big things happening there too. So if you think about it, guys, there's a lot of stuff happening in the finale. We got Virgil coming back. We have Maggie coming back. We have the hospital. We have Beta. We have the masked fighter. We have Aaron and Alden. We have a potential showdown in the hospital with Father Gabriel, whoever's coming inside. We have a lot of big things with Eugene and the Commonwealth. It's just a lot of crazy stuff happening there too. So hopefully we'll see Cindy Park, or Cindy Park is the actress who plays her. Hopefully we'll see Cindy in the season 10 finale. Where's Rosita? Who's going to survive? Who's not going to be there? You know? Claudia is actually in the comics. She is connected with Jeffrey Grimes, Rick Grimes' brother, in the one issue of The Alien, which is a one and done issue of the spinoff of the Walking Dead Alien, I guess, series. It's one episode, one issue, so it's not there. But I don't think so. Like, why would you bring a character, unless you're going in that direction with the movies in the next season? I guess it's going to set up there. But there's been no talk of Jeff Grimes, of Rick Grimes' brother, besides once in the car talking about the Grand Canyon and stuff like that in season 2. One time, so long ago, right? There's been no talk of that. There's been no talk of anything with that. So maybe they set it up, maybe they don't. So they can do whatever they want. It could be Claudia, it could be Jeffrey, and it could be whatever they want to do, who the masked fighter is, but it just doesn't make sense. And The Walking Dead has a lot of great people behind it that don't do that, right? They don't talk about, things that don't make sense. And again, I'm losing connection. It's coming back. All right, I think we're all right. I think it's coming back. Okay. Sorry, we lost it a little bit there too. So hopefully it can hold off for another, 17 minutes. We can do it, guys. We can do it. But Diane, I talk about my latest theory was about Heath being the masked person. Why and why not? But to me, I just think the masked fighter, masked person is a woman, and we'll have to see if it's true or not. That's another big question. A lot of people are wondering who this person is, and that's a test too. Like, if you didn't care about the show, you're like, I don't care about Maggie coming back. I don't care about who's going to come back. I don't care about this masked person. I don't care about the Commonwealth. But we do. We care about that. We care about these people, right? And that's a good testament to the show. So we'll see what they want to do with it. I think Angela Kang has done a great job with the reboot of, not even reboot of the series, the continuation of the story with whatever they were doing. But I guess, I don't know what you want to call it. I think Angela Kang, I don't want to call it a reboot, but she booted back the life into the show. She kickstarted it. She gave us the jolt back into the franchise where it's been refreshing again. Like, season 6 was great towards the end, set up season 7. Like, season 6 to me is one of the best seasons, followed by one of the worst seasons, season 7. I think 4, 5, and 6 are some of the best seasons of The Walking Dead. Season 7 is probably the worst season. That's not a good thing. Season 8 is a step in the better direction of season 7, but that's not much. Season 9 was markedly better than season 8, in my opinion, followed by season 10, where we're at here, and hopefully it continues on and on and on and on and on. Season 11, 12, whatever they go, and it's supposed to be a great thing too. So it's a great thing. I think Angela Kang has done a great job with it. Hopefully we're going to get movie news, guys. I know so many people are wondering, what's up with the Rick movies? Where's Rick at? Where's it going to be? What's it going to be? How's it going to connect? Who's going to be there? Who's going to be this? Who's going to be in the movies? Is Heath going to be in the movie? If Heath is in the movies, he's not going to be on the show, right? Unless they're going to connect the dots that way. I'm going to bring up another video idea, maybe this week, maybe next week, maybe down the road. But I always wondered about, are they going to cover where Rick went in the show somewhat? Is the game plan to go and watch? Striker KTFO says season 6 was a bad season. Go watch episode 609 and tell me how it goes. The premiere wasn't the best, but there was a good thing with, there was a lot of stuff in there too. A lot of good stuff with it. But I think season 6 was great. If you don't agree, that's all right. So Striker, what's your favorite season then? Tell me it's season 7. If you say it's season 7, then you're losing credibility with me, my man. But, see what you got. I mean, that's okay. You can differ. You can have a difference of opinion. You don't have to think season 6 was the best, but I do. I think Jackie likes it. Some people love it. Some people don't, too. So Jeannie says the masked person is Axel. I've seen some of the crazy things that the masked person is Carl or it's Sophia or whatever. It's just kind of crazy. I'm sure there's somewhere in some channel that is saying like, yes, the masked person is Carl. We didn't see him die. We didn't see him do this. He was in there and he missed the shot and then he's immune. He wasn't going to die. Well, then who did Rick bury, right? So, but it's just funny. But overall, it's been a fun topic to talk about. Sorry for the technical difficulties. We're still going to go for we'll go for like 12, 13 more minutes. We'll get to 2 o'clock on there too. So Christina thinks it's Connie, and that's a common one that a lot of people think. Season 8 is your Striker like Season 8. I think Season 8's okay. I think Season 7 is the worst. I don't know what the second worst is. That's a good debate. I think Season 7 is markedly the worst. Season 2 has its down moments with a lot of things, with the build up for Sophia, but then there was a payoff with it too. So I don't know. It's kind of a fun thing to talk about, topic with it. Some people hate Season 3. Some people liked it. Some people like the governor. Some people think he was done in a way. But I talked about a video recently about the overpowering of the prisoners of the villains on the show. And they have so much power that the governor was so like unafraid of walkers. Like even in the walker pit where he's just walking there and he's like, he just fires the gun and he's not worried about anything. He's not worried about our survivors. He's not worried about the walkers. He's not worried about anything going around. And it's crazy to think that this is a zombie apocalypse and people just attack your community and you don't even care. You're not even fazed by it, right? He lost an eye by Michonne. They didn't really care too much. He was still okay after that. And then he takes out Axel with a precise headshot when he's looking through the scope in his bad eye. It's pretty funny. But then all these walkers come around him, and he's not worried about it whatsoever. But in Season 4, there's all these walkers coming around the fence line and all this stuff, and you're like, what is going on here with the fence line, with the walkers and all this stuff? And it's like they use the walkers to their advantage on the show. Like, oh, just throw a couple walkers in there, throw a bunch of walkers in there. And then, okay, we're going to have the governor do all these things with the fight scene and this thing. And the governor was beating up Rick. If it wasn't for Michonne, Rick probably was a goner, right? He got beat up pretty bad by the governor. And it took another person of another character of Michonne. It took another, top 3 character to take out a villain. It took out, I talk about it in the video, if you think about it, Rick took out Shane, who's arguably a villain. I don't really see him as a villain, but, he's a villain. So, the governor took out Merle, who was, a pretty big character on there too. But Michonne took out the governor. Negan took out Glenn and Abraham. He's also connected with taking out Sasha, even though he didn't take her out, but he's connected with taking out Sasha. He took out Simon, who was a big character. He took out Alpha. If they don't give so much power to Negan, look at all the things that Negan did. He's arguably the character with the biggest things that happen on the show. Daryl has some big moments. Rick took out Gareth. Took out Joe and the Claimers. Certain characters have all the big thing moments. Rick, Michonne, Daryl, Negan. If you take them out, Carol, of course, has the super big moments with, Terminus and blowing it up and the wolves and everything. It's just crazy. All those characters, they have the biggest moments on the show, which is fine. Not every character is going to have all the big moments, and not every small character is going to have big moments. They may, have their moments to shine, but overall, just look at the villains on the show. They just, Negan was untouchable at the end of Season 6 and Season 7. And really Season 8 until the final battle where he was tricked by Eugene and then Rick, slices him. So, it's just a fun thing to talk about and discuss. People love Stephen Ogg and Grand Theft Auto. And so what are you guys watching now? Since there's no Walking Dead yet, hopefully it'll be out soon. But even then, when it comes back, that's only one episode. It's not like the whole season. It's just one episode. And then we still got to wait. So say it takes, it comes out in June or it comes out in July. And then we got no Walking Dead in August or September. Hopefully we'll get the World Beyond in October, and I really hope that's good. And I hope it answers a lot of questions and sets up a lot of things too. So we'll have to see. But what are you guys watching now? I got 3 more episodes of Reality Z. I just watched a movie yesterday. It was free to rent on Amazon. It was called Brian Banks, and it's a true story. based on a true story of a guy in California who was a football player in high school, and stuff happened with a girl allegedly, and stuff happened in his life, and he went to jail. And it's a story that is a true story, which makes it, terrible. I feel bad for this person because of the story. It's one of those things where he was wronged by the justice system, and it failed him, and it fails a lot of people. And until he got the right things in his life to kind of come back around with it. So definitely check out Brian Banks. It's free to rent on Amazon. I definitely want to check out, I think it's called No Mercy or Mercy with Michael B. Jordan and Jamie Foxx, I believe is in. I know Michael B. Jordan is in it. Definitely check that out. And I think that's a free rental as well on Amazon. And, they're trying to have the whole different movement and to put your perspective on life and to see where it is. And they're good movies for sure, too. So The Kingdom, I just couldn't get into. Itzy-O Master. Itzy-O Master. I haven't been able to. I watched the first episode, but I couldn't get past the dubbing and the thing. And I personally do like kung fu movies and stuff like that. My wife couldn't really watch it, but it was one of those things where I just couldn't do it. But Jovan Sojuka, do you think Magna will take Dwight's comic death? That's a great question. Everybody wants the comic deaths to come to the show, like. Who's going to take Dwight's death? Who's going to take Rick's death? Who's going to take this death? Who's going to take that death? I don't know. I mean, I don't know what's going to happen with Magna. I don't even know. I would assume Magna survives into season 11. But the Magna character is just not that good on the show. Like, to be honest, I'm not liking the Magna character. She's a character that's kind of unlikable. She has her moments. She has a problem with Michonne, and she has a problem with this, and she has a problem with authority, and then she's stealing supplies, and then she goes away, and then she's like, who's the actual leader of their group? I think Yumiko is actually more important to her group than actually Magna is. And I think Yumiko is going to have a far better story arc in the show with the Commonwealth, and maybe she has the whole Michonne story arc. She's a lawyer, so she'll probably have that idea. But I just personally think Yumiko on the show is done in a way that's more captivating and interesting than Magna. So, but I don't know what's going to happen with it. Stryker asks, the Governor versus Beta, who would win in a fight? I think Beta would have better tactics. And Beta is huge, and Beta just knows. I don't know. He's pretty smart if you think about it. Like, Beta wears a mask over his head, and it's crazy, and it's this, and he's got this weird outlook on life, but he's kind of like a survivalist, a survivor man. He does everything to survive. Like, he knows how to use the tree sap. He knows how to stay camouflaged in the, he wears a mask over his head. He wears this to hide from people, but also walkers. And he knows how to do a lot of things. And, it says Beta's not all there. Well, he's definitely messed in the head if he's hearing alpha, if he's hearing voices, if he's hearing, I don't know who he's hearing, but he's hearing things that aren't talking. He thinks the walkers are actually talking to him. So, we'll have to see what actually happens to him. So, I wonder what's going to happen with, the Beta character. But I personally hope and think he survives into season 11 because Ryan Hurst has done a great job. Even though Beta is supposed to be 7 feet tall, and you can't teach that. But I don't think that Ryan Hurst's performance of Beta, even though he's not 7 feet tall, I think he's 6'4". I don't think he's actually, hurt by that. And, Samantha Morton is 5'3", so the difference in height is pretty good. But the Negan height is supposed to be different, and they did a thing on the show where you can see the height difference, and it's definitely something that I want to see where it goes in the for sure. Grape Tomato Girl, howdy from San Diego, California. Where you been at? I haven't seen it. I'm just kidding. It's cool to see you. Thank you for joining. It's okay. I'm glad you guys can join in on there too. So I'm only going to go for a couple more minutes. But I'm sorry for the technical difficulties. I hate when that happens because it's just something I love to log in, get it going for an hour, answer your questions, have fun interactions, talk about it, and that's it, for sure too. So, Diane asks, so we're waiting for only one episode to air? Yeah, we're waiting for the finale, which is season 10, episode 16 of The Walking Dead. So we're still waiting on that. And then the season's over. The Walking Dead is done. Season 10 is over. And then we got to wait for season 11 to be filmed. And then we have to wait for Fear the Walking Dead season 6 to finish. So when they finish with season 6, I'm not sure if they finished the first half yet or not. I think they did. But, they have to be able to see where it goes, too. So, and then we have The World Beyond, which will be, 10 episodes. So that'll be later this year. B Lion asks, how many caps do you own, Bri? Do you collect them? Do you mean caps like hats? Well, I have this one, which is the Rock's Under Armour logo. I have my Walking Dead hat for like the Shane hat, the King County Sheriff hat. That's the Shane replica hat. I have my Duck Commander hat. I have a bunch of hats that I don't really wear. I have like a UCLA hat, a USC hat, several Yankees hats, Cowboys, Dallas Cowboys hat, a couple of those. I have a West Point hat from my brother going there. I guess I collect a decent amount, but I don't buy that many hat on there too. So I definitely have a collection, but I don't really collect them anymore, just because I don't know where to put them, and it's just too much. But I don't even know what I do collect anymore. Like, that's a good question. I definitely have an idea that I have a good Walking Dead collection, but I'm trying to get rid of some of that stuff because I have a room that's like exploding with Marvel stuff, too many Walking Dead things. I think I have so much stuff that I just would love to actually get rid of and sell some stuff either online or in a store and get rid of stuff. I have some stuff that's not even opened from Marvel stuff. I have a lot of cool stuff there, and I have a lot of cool Walking Dead stuff too. But yeah, maybe down the road I'll do some stuff and sell it online or eBay or something. I don't know too, guys. But thank you guys for being here. I appreciate it. Alexander Romero says, the masked fighter is Jill Valentine. Nice Resident Evil reference there. Yeah, I'm going to wait on the Last of Us 2. I know a lot of people are going to pick that up on Friday. I know that it's definitely something I want to play, and I wish I could rent it before I buy it because I don't want to get burned in another video game, even though I'm hearing good things about The Last of Us 2. I know someone said, I'm not sure who it was, that they said IGN gave it a 10 out of 10, which, I used to buy GamePro. I used to have the GamePro video games, IGN video, like the magazines, the GamePro magazine. I used to have a subscription to that. And they would always have like the 5 out of 5 or whatever and how good it was. And sometimes they weren't even the best. So do you trust certain people? Is there secondary gain for the different things of it? But we'll have to see down the road. Thank you guys. Another question, Donnie T. Brian Cune, you think this will be the last season of Fear? I don't know. That's a good question. Are we going to get the final season of season 6? Maybe a final season of season 7, and then it connects with the movies and the World Beyond? Because if the World Beyond is only going to be 2 seasons, what's going to happen with that? How's it going to go? How's it going to connect on there too? So thank you guys for being here. I truly appreciate it. If you can, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. But I do appreciate you guys taking the time to be here. Thank you guys. Yeah, Grape Tomato Girl, check it out. I know we have, it might be 2 different files now of it, because I had to reset it and I had to restart. So there might be 2 different live streams for sure. But thank you, Jackie. I appreciate it. She says great live stream. But thank you guys for being here. Have a great weekend and a great week for next week. Have a good thing on there as well. We'll see about doing some more things down the road. Thank you guys. I appreciate it. And remember, guys, with hard work, let me see. We start over again there. Remember, guys, with hard work, dedication, belief, and sacrifice, you can truly achieve your goals. Believe in yourself. You can do it. Stay true to yourself. We'll keep working hard. That's one of those things I want to say. Hard work is always the main thing. I'm not the best writer, but I work at it. I'm not the best YouTuber, but I work at it. I'm not the best anything in life, but I work at it. With hard work, you can achieve big things in life. Stay true to yourself, blocking out the haters, because there's a lot of haters in life. When you start things, there's going to be haters. When you start a book series, there's going to be haters. You start a YouTube channel, there's going to be haters all over the place. And as you get bigger and bigger and bigger, you're going to have supporters, but you're also going to have haters. That's for sure. Keep on the task. Keep driving forward, keep doing what you do, and keep working hard. Thank you guys for doing it. I truly appreciate it. Stay safe, and we love you guys, and I'll see you next Sunday. See you guys.